So, no, I wouldn't say I have a passion for HR.
Welcome back to Human Resources for the People. It's a human capital revolution. Today we've got an interesting one that we're going to be talking about OSHA. The question is a willfully unsafe employee a liability? And we'll get into that and what that means. The Fifth Circuit is reviewing OSHA's unpreventable employee misconduct defense. This is by John Ho. You can take him a look here. It was written on March 29th of this year. And John Ho's a good writer. You can take a look at the link down below. So let's get into it. So when OSHA gets when employers get a citation, they can cite unpreventable employee misconduct, and that will sometimes get them out of the violation. The way they do that is they say that, hey, there's rules that are in place to prevent an accident from occurring or a potential accident occurring, and they let the employees know this rule. They took steps to discover the violations, and they've been enforcing it. And so in this situation, employers can get away, or at least, be somewhat absolved of OSHA citations. And, this is an interesting thing. So as a person who has been in a lot of, meetings with respect to safety and surrounding this concept of affirmative defenses, we know that either first you want to eliminate the problem altogether so that there can be no error. Next, if you can't do that, then you create safeguards in place, right? And then after that, you put policies in place. Now, policies are the very last last ditch effort in a safety person's tool belt in order to prevent accidents from occurring in the workplace. So there were two serious violations against a contractor, and in October 2022 they rejected that it was unpreventable. The court found that the employer had established a safety manual with adequate work rules. They communicated it out, presumably wrote people up, and you don't even need necessarily to have them written down, which is good because oftentimes it's impossible. But regardless, if everything is written down, it was still not enough, and they had apparently safety audits that were frequently happened, but because the company had never written a person up for that, so there was no enforcement action. The company was still allowing people to violate the work rules, which were communicated. And the court actually said, well, they wrote up two people, but that was just not enough. And I question that. I get a little bit nervous. A lot of times, various employers do not write people up appropriately, and they let things slide. And as a result, you see actions like this, and you see behaviors like this. But on the flip side, there is that potential that employees did not necessarily violate that cause, and as a result, it's not quite fair to the employer if they're never violating it. It's unknown. The article doesn't know what the amount of violation it was, but I think that's an interesting concept. So it looks like the Ninth Circuit is going to review it. Again, the best thing that you can put in place is safeguards. I like to say very crassly that I think that you have to idiot-proof things to have a sure enough guard against employees in this misconduct. But I don't know. What do you think? Leave a comment down below, and we'll talk about this. Please like and share, of course. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.